everybody? Hope you guys are having a good one, even though 9 times out of 10, I know that's not the case, but hey, you got to keep on thriving, you got to keep on getting better, you got to keep on living. Today's conversation is very unique, to say the least, and we're going to talk about deployment. We're going to talk about the time that I had out there and what I learned and, just what I went through. And I wouldn't even call it deployment because, not going to lie, it's Kuwait. But that varies for people's jobs, so I never down the fact that, if you went on deployment out there, you went on deployment. And let me tell you something. So that, hands down, was the greatest thing that could ever happen to me. I felt a lot of stagnancy prior to leaving for deployment in regards to just being around the people I was and more or less just doing photography, but not really pushing it past what I know I can. And leaving and going to an absolutely remote place, a different place, some place that has your culture just shook. Being isolated and being alone and understanding what you can and can't do and just your mindset. Everyone knows it. The moment you go and you lay in your bed at night, that is usually the biggest time where your mind just flutters. It goes crazy and you're just thinking about everything that happened in your life. And a lot of people have some demons. But when you isolate yourself for that long and you face all those demons, you face all those past, fears, those past issues that you've had, there comes a salvation after. There comes a result after that's beautiful. Because now you have more understanding of who you are and what's deeply rooted in yourself and what you can and can't do. I'll start off with this. And it's going to sound very fast paced. Just bear with me. So, aside from doing the job out there in deployment, I was running an Etsy store that I was trying to push to the moon because I believed that if I made AI work, I can just do mock-ups and I could just keep on posting on Etsy, keep on making listings, don't promote at all, and just keep on doing that. So I was doing that from Monday through Sunday. And then not to mention, I was running an AI page on TikTok that I was making 20 pieces of content throughout the week. And I was trying to find new ways to innovate, new ways to make things better. And then not to mention, I was trying to run a motivational Instagram / my own personal brand where I was saying a bunch of motivational stuff, even though 9 times out of 10, I wasn't even following the same things I was saying. I was being a hypocrite. And not to mention, after that, I was also trying to get into sales. And I believed, if I can do sales over here, I can do sales anywhere. And, I had a lot of people that I was following on Instagram where I was just like, oh my God, like, why am I not them? And I was getting so mad at myself for that, but I still kept on doing it. And I was like making phone calls from Kuwait to the States, doing a bunch of, different pipelines, different clients, calling them, trying to see, doing cold calls, all that. I was doing that as well. Not to mention, I was trying to run and train for a marathon in 3 months throughout that at like 110 degrees close. I was trying to do all that in one span throughout the entire week after week after week. I was running calisthenics too. I was trying to train for that. That being said, that leads to a lot of isolation because it's the fact that I wanted to lock in so hard that I was willing to, 1, not talk to anybody, 2, push away from the people that I was around, 3, just find some sort of peace throughout the day. And that led to a lot of things. That led to dealing with a lot of demons in regards to the stress of it, in regards to, using bad habits to cope for it. And it showed. And I feel so bad because a lot of things in the past, I did a lot of not good things and I did a lot of great things. And in regards to a lot of not good things, I feel like I pushed away a lot of people that I really shouldn't have. And we could have built an incredible relationship with. But I was so focused on that I felt like people weren't going to understand what I was doing. So I automatically painted them as villains, which is a terrible way to think. But that's how I was thinking throughout that time because I was scared. I lost a lot of good relationships out there that I could have had. And that's just from, being okay in the environment that you're in and doing as much as you can, but understanding that your environment also plays a role in that. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad all of that happened ultimately because the moment I got back from deployment, the moment I landed, that was also an incredible feeling. I felt clarity. I felt peace. Got rid of all the things that I was trying to do because I thought they were right enough and I thought they were what I was supposed to do. And I started doing the things I wanted to do. And that led me to a lot more happiness. That led me to a lot more clarity. And I still keep the things that I hold that are values to me, that are actual values to me, to my side, you know? Especially out there, I was getting so many times where I was like, man, all these people are doing incredible things outside of my scope that I'm seeing on Instagram, you know, especially with the sales thing and some videographers that I know. And I was just like, why can't I do that? How come I'm in this predicament? But deep down, it was because I had a lot of insecurities about what I wanted to post, who I wanted to be, what likes I would get, what comments I would get, you know, the interactions. And I was thinking so short term. If you want to do something that's very outlandish, you have to first deal with the thoughts that you have in your mind that are actually hurting you. Once you're able to at least start working on those, and once you're able to mitigate those fears, those mental blocks that you have, those things that you don't want to face, but they still keep on popping up, that's when you could start focusing on outlandish things, big things, things that, you know, scare you. Because now you know you have nothing holding you back. You have nothing mentally holding you back. It was a lot of days of just sitting and staring at a wall. It felt like prison, I ain't gonna lie. But it wasn't prison because it was a great time. But it felt like that. If I can leave you with one more thing. In regards to the creators out there that feel like they need to follow a short-term, you know, content list where you have to make like 60-second videos and stuff. Do what you want. Post what you want. Your only focus should be, how can I promote this in a way that is going to reach the right people? But don't change how you post. Don't change your art form. Don't change any of that. Because the moment you do that, you're automatically just adding onto the trend of people going by making the same content. Ones that you make, you might not get a lot of attention, but it's the fact that yours stands out because you're just doing random stuff that you actually want to do. So treat it as each thing that you post is your art. It has nothing to do with how good it is based off of likes or comments. It's based off of how you promoted it. But I'm going to leave you guys with that. And I hope you guys have a great one. And from the top of the world where boundaries still don't exist to the bottom of the depths where life still lives. Do you dare to dream? As a matter of fact, do you dare to take the next step? I'll see y'all later.